How do you respond to the G3 variation in the Najdorf English Attack? Have you ever faced the G3 variation in the Najdorf English Attack and wondered how to tackle it? This setup can be tricky, but understanding the structure and plans can really help. The English attack is a popular choice against the Najdorf Sicilian. White typically plays moves like bishop to e3, queen to d2, and castle's queenside, followed by a pawn storm with pawns on f3, g4, and h4. This aggressive setup aims to launch a quick attack on black's kingside, especially if black castle's short. Now, when white plays g3, the game shifts gears. This variation is less common and changes the character of the position. Instead of a direct pawn storm, white adopts a more positional approach. White often fianchettos the bishop on g2, creating a solid structure. This can catch black off guard, who might expect the usual aggressive pawn advances. So, how should black respond to g3 in the Najdorf English attack? First, it is essential to recognize the positional shift. The game becomes less about immediate attacks and more about maneuvering. Black should focus on developing pieces harmoniously and preparing counterplay, particularly on the queenside or in the center. Next, developing and controlling key squares is vital. Black can continue with standard Najdorf plans like playing pawn to b5, bishop to b7, and knight to d7. However, it is crucial to be aware that white's bishop on g2 influences the long diagonal. Black may want to challenge this bishop or control important squares like d4 and e5. Even though the position is less sharp, tactical opportunities can still arise. If white misplaces a piece or overextends, black should be ready to capitalize on those chances. Staying alert for tactics involving the center or white's kingside can pay off. It is also wise to prepare for endgame play. The g3 setup often leads to more positional or endgame-oriented battles. Black should be ready for a long, strategic struggle and avoid unnecessary risks. For example, after the moves 1e for c5-2, nf3 d6 3d for cx d4-4, nx d4 nf6-5, nc3 a6 if white plays 6g3 instead of the usual 6b3, black can respond with 6, e5 6, g6 or 6e6. Each of these options leads to different types of positions, but the main idea is to complete development and seek counterplay. In essence, responding to the g3 variation in the Najdorf English attack means recognizing that white is opting for a quieter, more positional game. Black should focus on solid development, control of key squares, and preparing for a strategic battle rather than a direct attack. This approach helps black stay flexible and ready to exploit any weaknesses in white's setup.